Hello guys. So today's topic is regarding to Gauss law. This is a very important topic again, and on this topic there are the lots of questions asked in a state board or the CBC board exam. So according to the exam point of view, this is a very important topic, and on their topic there are the two applications. Have to find the electric field intensity are for a linear charge and a plane sheet. Even one another application is a spherical. So we have discussed all these things in this session. Okay, let's start. So first of all, I have given a definition of the Gauss law. What is the Gauss laws? Gauss laws is statement that the electric flux, you know that in last class we will discuss about the electric flux. The number of the electric field lines passes through the any surface area is called the electric flux. So Gauss laws also states that the net flux on an electric field through a imaginary closed surface is 1 upon epsilon naught times the net charge closed by the closed surface. So this is a formula. We can determine a formula from this equation that the total flux, this is the total flux, is determined as a, just wait for 1 minute guys, the total flux is determined as the closed surface is equal to the 1 upon epsilon naught times of the net charge enclosed by the closed surface. So this is a very important formula, and you have to draw a imaginary Gaussian law at around the any object. Like if there is a linear charge, so you have to just make a Gaussian surface around this linear charge. So this Gaussian surface is known as according to Gaussian law. And what is the formula? The formula is the epsilon q upon sum of q upon epsilon naught, and it is equal to the total flux passes through any closed surface. Have you got this point? This is a very easy things, you can easily understand this. Okay, and you know that the epsilon naught is the permittivity of a free space, so it's all depends on the medium. Okay, if I talk about the space and air and space, then epsilon naught is equal to 8.85 to 10 to the power minus 11 coulomb Newton per meter square. Okay, so what is the facts about the Coulomb's law? That the fact is that the delta q is the algebraic sum of the charges applied on the surface. So total sum of the charges and the flux entering the surface is considered negative. Okay, कि अगर यहाँ पे एक फ्लक्स है, ये लाइन जो है, ये लाइन अगर पास हो रही है इस तरीके से, देन द फ्लक्स वुड बी नेगेटिव. ओके, फ्लक्स वुड बी नेगेटिव. This is the first condition of the Gaussian law. And the second condition is that the flux leaving is considered as a positive. तो यहाँ पे जब enter कर रहा है that becomes negative, and जब ये leave करेगा that is flux become positive. Okay, so net flux is always become depends on the flux of the system. Now the next one, third and very important point is that the closed surface considered applying Gaussian law is called the Gaussian surface. जैसा कि मैंने अभी आपको डायग्राम में बताया था, this cylindrical surface is known as a Gaussian surface. तो आपको हमेशा एक Gaussian surface ड्रॉ करनी पड़ेगी surrounding the objects. It is an arbitrary imaged closed surface. It is a arbitrary imaged closed surface. Okay, and it can have a spherical, cylindrical and other arbitrary shapes. ये कोई सी भी हो सकती है, spherical भी हो सकती है, cylindrical भी हो सकती है, और कैसी भी shape हो सकती है according to requirement. Got it? So Gaussian law consider only on the net charge enclosed in the surface. Gaussian law को ना, वो जो net charge है उसी के रेस्पेक्ट में आपका क्या होगा, Gaussian law अप्लाई होगा. So it does not depend on the location, कहाँ पे चार्ज का डिस्ट्रीब्यूशन हो रहा है, किस पॉइंट पे ज़्यादा है, किस पॉइंट पे कम है. इट डज नॉट डिपेंड ऑन द Gaussian law. So you have to find the total charge net and you can easily determine the Gaussian law. Okay. Now the next one, if the net charge enclosed by surface is 0, then the flux is always linked with the 0, because it means वहाँ से कोई सी भी इलेक्ट्रिक फील्ड लाइन पास नहीं हो रही है. Let's determine with this example. Here is the two charges, like first one is a cylindrical form, second one is a cuboid form. It means there is a electric field intensity we can determine as a, look it here. So here that one line passes through here and second line passes through at here. So it means there is a total flux is zero. अगर total flux zero हो रहा है तो वहाँ पे जो net charge है वो भी zero होगा. And if talk about the second diagram, there the two lines passes through this cuboid. So it means the flux is 2. So it means the total net charge is equal to the sum of the all the two charges. Have you got this point? I think this is a very simple things you can easily understand by the Gaussian law. Okay, now let's move forward. How can we derive the Gaussian law with Coulomb's law? How can we derive these things? Now look at here. This is the closed surface. Okay, this is the closed surface. Okay, and a point charge is placed at here. Okay, and you have to find the total flux passes through this closed surface. How can you find this? You have to pick a value or a small part of this closed surface, and this makes an angle. This makes an angle d gamma. This is the d gamma angle. And you know that the electric flux and magnetic field lines and the surface area are the perpendicular to each other. So it means electric flux is in this direction, then the surface area is in this direction and makes a theta angle between the two directions. Okay, so we know that the electric field intensity is equal to 1 upon 4 pi epsilon naught q upon r square. According to this formula, you can put the value at a electric flux linked with the system, then you can easily find the formula of this equation, that 1 upon 4 pi epsilon naught q upon r square and the ds cos theta. Here ds is the surface area. Okay, so this is the total flux linked with the entire closed surface. And if you integrate this value, like look at here, how can you integrate? You integrate with the closed surface. You have to integrate with the closed surface. 1 upon 4 pi epsilon naught q upon r square ds cos theta. Now we know that here 1 upon epsilon naught is a constant term. Okay, and q upon r, q is also a constant term. Here variable term is ds and r square, because you know that the ds is equal to, ds is the surface area and surface area is the term of the r square. So you can change this term as a 1 upon 4 pi epsilon naught as a q and ds upon r square cos theta. So this term is known as the total angle or the total solid angle, because you know that the solid angle is equal to area or the area upon the square of the radius, or you can say arc upon square of the radius. So you can determine this formula as a ds cos theta upon r square is equal to d omega, and this known as a solid angle. And every solid angle of a spherical shape having a 4 pi, how many angle is a 4 pi. So it's mean you can easily put this value as a 4 pi and you got the surface electric flux is equal to q upon epsilon naught. And this is the definition we get from the Coulomb's law. So Coulomb's law statement that the total electric flux is equal to the multiple of 1 upon epsilon naught with the net charge, and this is a mathematical statement of Gaussian law. Now let's move forward and we'll discuss about the electric field intensity due to the infinite line charge on the base of the Gaussian law. Okay, so we have to derive this formula. I turn off my video and after that we will discuss all these things in this PDF. Okay, let's start guys. So first of all you have to draw a linear charge. This is a linear charge, this is an infinite linear charge. Okay, this is an infinite linear charge, and we pick that a limited line a1 to a2, and you have to find the at here point P electric field intensity find करनी है आपको. So it's mean this is due to the a1 and this is due to the a2. इन दो के कारण होगी. यहाँ पे मैं एक परपेंडिकुलर डिस्टेंस लेता हूँ. द परपेंडिकुलर डिस्टेंस इज r and makes angle, ये एंगल होगा, ये थीटा है, तो यहाँ पे भी एंगल कितना बनेगा, थीटा बनेगा अकॉर्डिंग टू सिमिलरिटी. एंड इफ द टोटल लेंथ इज l and l, द टोटल लेंथ इज 2l, द टोटल लेंथ इज 2l. सो इफ़ यू टॉक अबाउट द इलेक्ट्रिक फील्ड इंटेंसिटी, तो मुझे यहाँ पे क्लियर है कि इसकी जो डायरेक्शन होगी that is a due to the electric intensity of E2 and this is a DE1. तो यहाँ पे कंपोनेंट क्या हो जाएंगे बेटा, द कंपोनेंट आर, अगर ये एंगल थीटा बना रहा है देन दिस कंपोनेंट इज DE2 cos theta and the same component as here DE1 cos theta and the horizontal vertical components are DE2 cos theta and here DE1 cos theta. So these are the components of the any infinite line charge. Okay, so components are easily understandable, but we have to draw a Gaussian surface surrounding this line charge, and after that we can easily find the total electric field intensity. So first of all you have to draw a Gaussian surface according this like this one, कि यहाँ पे एक लाइन सरफेस आपके पास में अवेलेबल है, आपने क्या किया, एक गाउशियन सरफेस ड्रॉ की इसके चारों तरफ, ये मैंने एक गाउशियन सरफेस ड्रॉ कर दी। अब गाउशियन सरफेस की यहाँ पे तीन सरफेस है, एक तो ये टॉप व्यू है, द सेकेंड इज साइड व्यू एंड थर्ड इज बॉटम व्यू। सो इट्स मीन यहाँ पे आपके पास में क्या होंगे, तीन यहाँ पे इलेक्ट्रिक फील्ड इंटेंसिटी जनरेट होगी। ये हमेशा आपका, अब नाउ यू नो दैट कि इलेक्ट्रिक फील्ड इंटेंसिटी की जो डायरेक्शन है एट इज इन दिस डायरेक्शन। सो दिस इज ई, दिस इज डी एस, दिस इज ई एंड this is ds and here this is vector E and this is vector ds. Okay, so there are the three surfaces S1, S2 and S3. The total length of this cylindrical surface is L. Now you know that the charge distribution in a surface is equal to lambda dot L. Okay, and so the total electric flux कितना हो जाएगा बेटा, that sum of the charge upon epsilon naught. Sum of the charge कितना आया, lambda upon L. Okay, sum of the charge is lambda upon L and here is epsilon naught. But you have to find the total इलेक्ट्रिक फ्लक्स ऑन ऑल दी सर्फेसेज। अगर मैं यहाँ पे अपर सरफेस की बात करता हूँ तो अपर सरफेस में यहाँ पे जो ई और डी एस है दे आर परपेंडिकुलर टू ईच अदर। इस केस में जो यहाँ पे आपको पता है कि जो फॉर्मूला होता है दैट ई डॉट डी एस कॉस थीटा, अगर थीटा 90 डिग्री है देन इट्स बिकम, अगर थीटा 90 डिग्री है तो ये कितना हो जाएगा, इलेक्ट्रिक फ्लक्स कितना हो जाएगा, 0। एंड इफ थीटा इज 0 डिग्री तो इलेक्ट्रिक फ्लक्स कितना हो जाएगा, दैट ई डॉट डी एस। अगर मैं यहाँ कंपेयर करता हूँ दैट फॉर द सरफेस S1, यहाँ पे S1 के लिए अगर मैं कंपेयर करता हूँ तो यहाँ पे फ्लक्स कितना होगा, दैट फ्लक्स बिकम 0। अगर मैं यहाँ पे S3 के लिए अगर बात करता हूँ तो यहाँ पे फ्लक्स कितना होगा, 0। फ्लक्स कहाँ पे अप्लाई होगा, फ्लक्स सिर्फ यहाँ पे अप्लाई होगा। तो टोटल फ्लक्स अगर मैं बात करता हूँ तो टोटल फ्लक्स कितना हो जाएगा बेटा, टोटल फ्लक्स हो जाएगा दैट दी फॉर सरफेस S1 ई डॉट डी एस प्लस सरफेस S2 E dot ds and plus for surface E dot ds, यहाँ पे E1 ले लेता हूँ, E2 ले लेता हूँ, E3 ले लेता हूँ, इज इक्वल टू कितना होगा, लैम्डा L अपॉन एप्सिलॉन नॉट। नाउ वी नो दैट कि सरफेस S1 और S3 कितना हो जाएगा, 0 हो जाएगा, इट्स बिकम 0। तो यहाँ पे ये एप्सिलॉन E2 डॉट ds कितना हो जाएगा बेटा, लैम्डा L अपॉन एप्सिलॉन नॉट। सो दिस इज वी फॉर्मूला गेट फ्रॉम दिस surrounding area, but you have to put the values. Now we know that कि E2 is a constant of and you have to integrate ds is equal to lambda L upon epsilon naught. Now आपको यहाँ पे क्लियर है कि किसी भी सिलेंड्रिकल सरफेस का जो सरफेस एरिया होता है दैट इज अ 2 पाई आर एच। यहाँ पे L लेंथ है तो यू कैन पुट 2 पाई आर एल इज इक्वल टू लैम्डा L अपॉन एप्सिलॉन नॉट, L से L कैंसिल आउट हो जाएगा। सो वी गॉट इलेक्ट्रिक फील्ड इंटेंसिटी इज लैम्डा अपॉन 2 pi r epsilon naught. This is your formula of electric field intensity we get using the Gaussian law on the infinite linear charge. This is the formula. This is a very important formula. You can also draw a diagram or a graph of a graph between E and R. कैसा ग्राफ हो जाएगा, द ग्राफ ये हो जाएगा E और R का। आपको यहाँ पे क्लियर है कि E इज इनवर्सली प्रोपोर्शनल टू 1 अपॉन R, सो इट्स मीन द ग्राफ शुड बी दिस। ओके, सो दिस इज द ग्राफ। दिस इज ऑल रिगार्डिंग टू इन्फिनाइट लाइन चार्ज यूजिंग द गॉसियन लॉ। आपने इलेक्ट्रिक फील्ड इंटेंसिटी फाइंड कर दी। आई होप आपको ये क्लियर है। इन द नेक्स्ट टॉपिक वी विल डिस्कस अबाउट द प्लेन शीट और स्फेरिकल सॉलिड। ओके, उसके रिगार्डिंग अपन इलेक्ट्रिक फील्ड इंटेंसिटी फाइंड करेंगे। दिस इज ऑल क्लियर फ्रॉम माई साइड। ओके बेटा, हैव अ गुड डे।